Hello everybody, my name is Mathis and welcome to some dude walking by my window as I awkwardly watch him. Welcome back to a Magic the Gathering opening! It's been a while since I've done one of these because I said I wouldn't do anymore until Battle for Zendikar has launched. And yesterday, Battle for Zendikar launched. I have one thing we're going to, well, two things technically that I'm opening today. And then as I get the other things in the mail, which will be another fat pack, a booster box, and I think an event, not the event deck, the pre-release deck or the pre-release pack. I'll be cracking all those open. But as of right now, yesterday I picked up one fat pack and the event deck, and I wanted to crack open these. So I don't know very much. I did not look at any of the spoilers of Battle for Zendikar. I'm very excited to check out some of the rares and stuff that are going to be in it. I'm going to move this in actually a little bit. I'm very excited to check out for the rares and everything that's going to be in it, but the big thing that's going to be in the Battle for Zendikar boxes are expedition lands, which are incredibly rare. They're basically a land that can be used for two different kinds of lands. They're going to be, I know some of them are selling for over $100 or $200 already. As far as I'm told, it's like one expedition land per like 6 or 7 booster boxes, or one per like shipment of them, maybe. It's very rare to get them, so I don't expect to crack any, but I'm excited to maybe get one way or another. So we're gonna pop these open. We're gonna start right here with the event deck. It's just a pre-built deck that has a sideboard. I just want to look at a couple of the cards. It kind of looked cool. I never really ever bought these. By the way, I have a plastic knife this time. Somebody emailed me saying they sent me like a proper knife to crack open these things with, so I'm very excited for it when I get that. But I very rarely, I've never bought any of these event decks before. I don't know like how viable this is going to be. I think there's a hangerback walker in this, which makes it worth it almost by itself, but I already have 4 or 5 hangerback walkers, which, let me get my little bag for my magic. So that, you know, that already makes it a little bit less valuable. But I'm excited nonetheless. I don't know if, you know, this is kind of a cool box. Oh, that's a neat box. So this slips right off, and then it actually is a sideways opening box that opens up like this, which is awesome. It has a D20 in it. I already have more D20s that I will ever need. The sideboard is actually like pre-wrapped, which is kind of neat. Also, thank you, by the way. I'm using the playmat somebody sent me in one of the fan mail boxes. There's a little card separator here, which I don't know is useless to me. So the sideboard, the 15 card sideboard, is separate, and the 60 card deck is right here. And the first thing I see is Warden of the First Tree right up front. Probably should do it on the better camera, huh? Warden of the First Tree up front. He is a human creature 1/1 for 1, mythic, and he has a few abilities. Tap 1 of any color in a white or black, and then the Warden of the First Tree becomes a human warrior with base power 3/3, so I can turn him into a 3/3. I can tap 2 of any color and 2 of white or black, and if the Warden of the First Tree is a warrior, it becomes a human spirit warrior with trample and lifelink, so he kind of levels up. And then I can do 6 mana, 3 colorless, and then 3 white or black. And if the Warden of the First Tree is a spirit, put 5 +1/+1 counters on him. So he starts as a 1/1 and becomes an 8/8 by the end of it all. But he's kind of an expensive. But I mean, for one mana, like he's a good turn 1 drop. He's something that is going to force a lot of decks to try and deal with him as quickly as possible. So that's kind of cool. I will crack this open. I don't know. I'll just see what the rares are in here. Like I said, I've never really ever opened event decks before, so I don't know how valuable or useful they actually are, but I'm excited for it either way. So let me throw this away. So I'll just go, like I said, through the rares. So we have Warden of the First Tree. Bam. If you want to take a look, you know, pause the video, etc., etc. He looks cool. I like the art on him. Neat. Let me grab all the rares and mythics right off the top, and we can go through them. That looks like all of it. Okay. I'm excited to go through this stuff. Maybe through the deck and the commons and uncommons by themselves, but for now. And then we'll maybe pop open the sideboard too. So here's the rares. Quite a few. We'll see what we got. So we got Looks like a lot of prints from Origins and the Dragons of Tarkir and Khans of Tarkir and just previous sets. That's neat. All right. So the first one is Grim Haruspex. We'll slap that right there for people to see it. It's a 3-mana black creature. He has Morph, so you pay 1 black to morph him. You may cast this card face down as a 2/2 creature for 3 mana, 3 colorless. Turn it face up anytime for its morph cost. So for 3 colorless, or 3 whatever, I can just play it as a 2/2 blank creature, and then I can pay 1 black at any time and morph him into this creature, he's a 3/2. Whenever another non-token creature you control dies, draw a card. So whenever I lose a creature that's not a token, I just get to draw a card. I can see that being used in a blue-black control. Cool. This is one of the newer cards from Battle for Zendikar, Smothering Abomination. He is a 4-mana cost creature, Eldrazi. He's devoid, meaning he has no color. Even though you pay a specific color for him, he has no color. He's flying. At the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice a creature. Whenever you sacrifice a creature, draw a card. He's a 4/3 for 4. Interesting. A lot of card draw. If I don't have a lot of creatures on the board, I'm assuming, he's gonna eat him pretty quickly. Eventually, he'll end up devouring himself if you don't play a high creature deck. Maybe in a green-black deck could be pretty okay. Next up, Whisperwood Elemental. This is a card from a different set. It's a mythical, though, and I don't think I have it, so I'm excited for it. Let's see. He is a 5-mana 4/4. At the beginning of your end step, manifest the top card of your library. Basically, what that means is you put it onto the battlefield face down as a 2/2 creature. I can turn it face up anytime for its mana cost if it's a creature card. Then I can sacrifice Whisperwood Elemental until the end of turn, which gives me until the end of turn. Face up non-token creatures you control gain when this creature dies. Manifest the top card of your library. So it's a lot of just manifesting. This I can see being run heavily in a green deck. A lot of green aggro, I guess. I would say you'd want it low on spells, because if you have good spells and you manifest them, you can't play them. Interesting card. I'm still pretty bad at trying to figure out card value, I guess. I'm not very good at it yet. So we got the next one is a Battle from Zendikar card, Brood Butcher. Actually, I love the border on these. I don't know if you can see it very well. Hopefully you can. But right up below it, you can see all the runic symbols, which is kind of cool. And the art on these cards so far, very cool. So Brood Butcher is a 5-mana cost 3/3. It's devoid, so it has no color. But you need to pay 1 black and 1 green. When Brood Butcher enters the battlefield, put a 1/1 colorless Eldrazi Scion creature token onto the battlefield. It has sacrifice this creature, add 1 to your mana pool. I can pay 1 black and 1 green, sacrifice a creature, and target creature gets -2/-2 until end of turn. So I'm assuming this would be good in a lot of in a deck where an Eldrazi deck where I'm spawning a lot of Scions, these token creatures, because when I sacrifice them, I get a mana, and if I sacrifice as well as pay a couple of mana, I can also debuff some creatures, so that's kind of cool. I do have one of these, I believe, already. It looks familiar. It's from a different set, clearly. Tasigur, the Golden Fang. He is a 4/5 for 5 with Delve, meaning I can burn creature cards in my graveyard to... I can exile creature cards in my graveyard. Not creature cards. Let me just say what it says on the card. Each card you exile from your graveyard while casting the spell pays for 1 colorless. So I can basically pay up to 5 of his 6 mana cost that way. He's a 4/5, and I can also pay 4 mana, 2 colorless, and then 2 green or blue. Put the top 2 cards of your library into your graveyard. Then return a non-land card of an opponent's choice from your graveyard to your hand. So it's his choice. I don't know. That's not that good. It's interesting. So here's a Hangerback Walker. I've gone over this card a billion times, so we did get one Hangerback Walker. It's a very good card. People love it. It's from Origins. If you need to read it, there you go. But I'm not going to go over that card again. Evolutionary Leap is another one I have a bunch of, and I've gone over plenty of times in the unboxing videos. I'll probably skip... Let's see. I'll just go through the next... Only one more card that I'm going to go through, because any of these Origins cards, like this one here, Line of War Waste, which is a pretty simple lag land, is not very useful to go over. I've gone over them so many times. And then finally, we have Corpse Weft. It is a enchantment for 3. It's a black enchantment. And it is tap 2 mana, 1 colorless, 1 black. Exile 1 or more creature cards from your graveyard. Put an XX black zombie horror creature token onto the battlefield tapped, where X is twice the number of cards exiled in this way. So exile 4 cards, you now have an 8/8 on the battlefield, but he enters tapped. That's pretty good. It's pretty good. So that is the base rares for the pre-built deck itself. So I'm going to put this in here. I'm going to put the separator in there. I will crack the sideboard because I don't know if there are any rares in the sideboard. Maybe. I don't know. The Hangerback Walker alone is cool. Let's see. Cost of count. I'm recognizing some of these. I think there might be... Nope, no rares. But there's some good stuff in there like Ultimate Price, which is a very good black, just mono-color destruction. So that's that. So we're going to go ahead and put this down. I'm going to hang on to this. How does this shut? This is weird. How does this shut? Are you serious? That doesn't look right. I'll mess with it after. Cool. So now that that's done, let's get to the exciting thing, the Fat Pack. So what's exciting about Fat Packs this time around? Not every time, but I've talked about Fat Pack before, and that it's for its value, you're better off buying a booster box because you get 36 for a usually cheaper price. Not that cheaper than a Fat Pack, but value-wise, a cheaper price. And I'm just realizing now this plastic knife is not that great. But Battle for Zendikar is exciting because the Fat Packs have, I think, 100 full art lands, which is kind of awesome. Full art lands are beautiful. They're exactly what they sound like. There are cards that have full art on them. And other than being able to draw one, maybe in a booster pack, you guarantee yourself to pick some up in your Fat Pack. So there's a little booklet that you always get with it. So it actually adds a little bit more value to picking up a Fat Pack, which normally I'm like, if you're going to end up picking a bunch of Fat Packs, you'd rather just buy a booster box. But this time I think it's well worth it. So this is going to be our 9 boosters. And you can actually see right there, that's the full art swamps. We'll take a closer look at them when I crack it open. And then a couple of card holders in there, which is great. I'll end up using this to store the cards until I sort them into my actual card box in the back. So let's move this off to the side. I'm ready to pop these puppies wide open, man. I haven't popped any boosters since last time you saw me do it. So that's the booklet. We're just going to move that over. Another D20. I have more D20s than I ever have in my entire life. Beautiful. Something about booster packs is just, it's so addicting. Now, after I open up the other Fat Pack, the booster box, and the other thing I ordered, that's actually it for me. Any cards that I'm going to want, I'll probably just buy individually. I think it's going to be my rules, like 1 or 2 Fat Packs, a booster box for basically any set, and then be done with it afterward. This might actually only be 50 lands. I could be wrong. It could be only 50. But I do want to... I kind of want to... I don't know if I want to open these right now, so I'm just going to show you. Like, we've got a full art swamp there, and I'm sure we'll pop some more in the boosters. But for the sake of not cracking open the lands, you know, don't feel like it. All right, so we're hunting expeditions. That's what everybody wants. So that's what we're going to be hoping for. And like always, I will be ignoring everything but the rares. You get 10 commons, 4 uncommons, and a rare and or mythic. So I'm excited to go through these eventually, but for now, I'm not looking really to do anything with this. So that's going to be our commons. And we have we can actually show off. I think did I just crack? I think I just cracked an expedition. Okay. I need to make quadruple sure. So I'm going to Google it real quick. But I'm pretty sure this is an expedition. I'll show it to you in a minute. Canopy Vista. Is that an expedition land? I think it is. I can't tell. It's a forest plains. Canopy enters the battlefield tapped unless you control two more. Maybe I'm wrong. I got excited. I don't think it is an actual an expedition. I think I just excited myself for no reason. Okay, we're gonna show it off here. Also, I got a foil, which is cool, and an elemental token. Okay, hang on. So we got Canopy Vista. It's a land. It's a forest plains. I can tap it to add 1 green or 1 white to my mana pool. Canopy Vista enters the battlefield tapped unless you control 2 or more basic lands. Okay, I got excited because it said forest plains on it for no reason. It is not an expedition. Oh my god, I got so excited. I'm so stupid. Okay, so that's fine. This is a full art forest. God, the art is flipping beautiful in these. That's why I'm going to be playing with a lot of full art lands from now on. But that is pretty, pretty, pretty. I'm going to put that there. And then the foil, we got a Geyserfield Stalker. It's just a common. He's 3/2 with Menace, meaning he can't be blocked except by 2 or more creatures. And he gets Landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, Geyserfield Stalker gets +2/+2 until end of turn. More importantly, it's a cool looking foil. It's kind of a creepy looking creature. All right. God, imagine if I did crack an expedition land immediately. Like, that would have been hilarious. Maybe we'll pull... I'm hoping we pull 1. If not in this fat pack, but in the boosters to come. Okay. All right. Let's see. These are our commons. 2, 3, 4. Oop. Sorry, 3 uncommons, not 4 uncommons. I'm dumb. Okay. So here's a full art mountain for those who want to see. We're getting, luckily, some full arts here. I think everyone's going to come with a full art. So we got Barrage Tyrant. He is a 5/3 Eldrazi creature, meaning he is devoid. He has no color. He costs 5 mana to cost. And I can pay 2 colorless and 1 red and sacrifice another colorless creature. Barrage Tyrant deals damage equal to the sacrificed creature's power to target creature or player. Red burn deck. That's what you would run him in. No question in my mind. If you were to run him, you would play him in a red aggro burn deck. Typically anything where you're sacrificing to do direct damage or just doing direct damage, you're typically going to see in a red deck. What I'm really loving so far in this set is the art. The art in this set is awesome. It looks super cool. So as we saw, but this is another one, a different one. Wow, that's cool as hell looking. The full art swamp. Very nice. Cardboard crack, baby. Loving it. This is Akum Hellkite. He's a 4/4 red for 6. Okay. He's flying and has landfall. Landfall is whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, Akum Hellkite deals 1 damage to target creature or player. If that land is a mountain, Akum Hellkite deals 2 damage to that creature or player instead. It's alright. I don't see him getting too much play. I mean, more direct damage. The reason I don't see him getting a ton of play is because he's built for... And again, you know, tell me if I'm wrong. I could be very wrong. But he seems very much built... His abilities seem rather built for another red burn deck. But he's expensive? He's very, very expensive for what he does. I mean, you have to have land constantly hitting your board for him to be, you know, fully useful. But that's fine. I don't know. Maybe he's much better than I expect. I just don't play a lot of red. I never have. I never enjoyed red. It's just not something I played a lot of. So when it comes to me kind of evaluating red cards, chances are I'm under-evaluating most. So this is a blue Guardian of Tazim. He is a 4/5 rare, not a mythic, for 5 mana. He is flying and landfall. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, tap target creature and opponent controls. If that land is an island, that creature doesn't untap during its controller's next untap step. A little bit of control. Pretty good. So clearly, you know, in a blue deck. Again, maybe a bit on the expensive side. I can think of a few other... Well, my blue deck, I don't see... Running my blue-black control, I don't see where I would put him. He would fit into that particular one, but... You know, chances are that he's going to have some use. Okay. Alright, so this one I actually did see before, because I watched a little bit of Boogie's unboxing. There's an island. Full art. Beautiful. Freaking beautiful. This is Beastcaller Savant. He is a 1/1 for 2, green, a creature, elf, shaman, ally with haste. I can tap him, add 1 mana of any color to your mana pool, spend this mana only to cast a creature spell. I don't see him being played a whole fucking lot. I just don't. There are so many better creatures than him. For 2 mana, like... There are elves out there that do what he does, but better and are 1 cheaper. So... Not great, but maybe in like some sort of elf deck that I just don't understand or don't really know. That's just, you know, like I said, I'm sure I'm under evaluating some of them. It just doesn't seem like he's very useful to me. All right, cool. What is this? A little sorcery card I'll probably read later. So we got a Veteran War Leader. He is a multicolor. He's green and white. 3 mana for Star. That's his power toughness. Veteran War Leader's power and toughness are equal to the number of creatures you control. So in a green-white deck, you're probably going to have a lot of small creatures and maybe a few big ones in there. Tap another untapped ally you control. Veteran War Leader gains your choice of First Strike, Vigilance, or Trample until end of turn. So you can make him really fat, really like mid to late game. I could see him being a pretty decent mid card. Being able to be pretty big, especially in a white-green where you could probably run a lot of white weenie creatures in there. And then tapping another ally if you run a bunch of allies and just giving him trample or something and hitting your opponent really, really goddamn hard. So 3 more. No expeditions yet. I'm hoping. It's like hunting for the mythical hollow Charizard, which clearly I never cracked. Did crack a hollow Venusaur when I was younger, though, and I immediately punctured a hole in it the same day I got it, and I basically cried. Full art land. That's a true story. Back when I was really heavily into Pokemon cards, Santa brought me like 3 or 4 packs, like booster packs, and I cracked a hollow Venusaur, and then I dropped something on it, and I punctured a hole in it immediately. So we got Hero of Gomafada. He's a 4/3 for 5, white creature. Rally. Whenever Hero of Gomafada or another ally enters the battlefield under your control, creatures you control gain indestructible until end of turn. That's pretty good. He's a creature human knight ally. Not bad. It's kind of a cool art. I like him. Badass. This feels good, man. This feels super good. You know, initially I didn't like the art for the booster packs for a little bit, but the more I see them, the more I'm liking them. I guess because Origins was like my first return back to Magic after a while, I got really attached to the basic kind of like 1 Planeswalker art per, but I don't know. I've grown on the Battle for Zendikar art. So, what do we got? Dust Stalker. Red and black, but he's Eldrazi, so he has no color. He has haste. At the beginning of each end step, if you control no other colorless creatures, return Duststalker to its owner's hand. He's a 5/3. So for 4 mana, I could drop him. I mean, it might not be a bad thing to drop him and pull him back every time. You kind of just blitz the enemy, bring him back, blitz the enemy, bring him back. But could also play him in an Eldrazi deck, and you wouldn't have to bring him back. Last pack of this fat pack. What are we going to get? Anything good? I don't think we cracked any mythics at all. So a mythic would be nice, but we have a beautiful foil in here. And it's a foil rare, so we got double rares. We got lucky in the rares on this particular one. So pretty good last pack. And, boom. Full Art Mountain. Beautiful. So, cool. What do we have? We have a Wasteland Strangler. He is a 3-cost 3/2, but for 1 black, he's devoid. When Wasteland Strangler enters the battlefield, you may put a card an opponent owns from exile into that player's graveyard. If you do, target creature gets -3/-3 to end of turn. So I may put a card an opponent owns from exile into the graveyard. So I'm bringing it from exile and putting it into their graveyard, which could be dangerous depending on their deck. But it lets me give a creature -3/-3 till end of turn. That is really weird. That is a weird card. I don't know. I like the art on it, but I don't know if I see it being incredibly useful. And the last one is another rare. He is a 4/6 for 6 white creature cat beast. He has Vigilance and Lifelink. At the beginning of your upkeep, if you have 40 or more life, you win the game. Felidar Sovereign. I'm probably going to sleeve him up. That is an interesting mechanic. Interesting. I wouldn't say that this fat pack was bad. I wouldn't say it was great either. Some interesting cards. I'm excited to learn a little bit more of the mechanics of the game. Well, not the game, but of this particular set, because I didn't spoil myself too much. But that's that. So we're going to end up wrapping up this video. I hope you guys are excited for Battle for Zendikar. I'm going to be playing Magic yourself. If you are, well, let me know. And let me know what you guys think of the set and what I ended up cracking in the comment section below. And I'll see all of you next time. Bye-bye.